Have you ever thought who is the best soldier on a medieval battlefield full of artificial intelligence agents? Is it the AI warrior with its sharp sword and sturdy shield? Or maybe the musketeers with their gorgeous polished muskets? Or maybe it is the medic, as selfless and brave as it is helpless? In this video, we will train artificial intelligence agents fight each other until we find out not only which AI soldier is the strongest, but also which AI can break Geneva Convention rules the fastest. I know, who doesn't like a good old war crime? But first things first, in case you've missed all of the previous episodes in the AI Wars series, well, I must say I'm disappointed. I thought better of you, but despite that, let me try and explain how it all works. We have 4 different soldier classes, well, technically 5, but medics have a different fate secured for them. Each soldier type has its own unique abilities, resulting in individual advantages and weaknesses. We'll give more details about the skills and abilities for each class once we get to the fighting. Talking about which, we'll make these soldier types fight one against the other in a tournament bracket, eventually finding out who is the champion of the first season of Epic AI Wars. All agents are able to move in any direction, as well as rotate left and right. Well, maybe except of the cavalry. These units can only run forwards, but they can still rotate left or right. To motivate the AI to fight and avoid agents running off the map in desperate attempts to save their lives, I added invisible walls around the perimeter. I know what you're thinking. Walls are awesome and great, but how exactly will that teach or motivate them to fight? Great question, I tell ya. You see, this ain't just a regular invisible wall. Oh, no. This wall will not only insta-kill anyone who touches it, but will also assign a huge punishment to that coward, making him think twice before attempting another desertion. And since I'm such a good person, it would totally destroy my heart looking at these poor fellas blindly stumbling into the death wall. So I gave them sight. Now they can actually see the death wall before stumbling into it. Nice. This set of raycasts will collide with the surroundings and inform the agent what and where is located, basically serving as AI eyes, or as I call them, IIIs. Alrighty, so the AI can see, it can move, and overall it can do lots of fun stuff, like breaking the Geneva Convention by murdering defensive doctors. Oh, right, not yet, but we'll get back to that later in the video. So how exactly can the AI differentiate what is a good murder and what is a bad one? It is similar to a university graduate who technically has the skills but got thrown into a broken economy and has no f***ing clue what to do with his life now. You're expected to get a job, and if you don't, well, you starve. But if you do, you'll get a chance to spend your health and time working at a job you hate for somebody else while your life is sucked out by the corporate, falling into a never-ending routine of stress and your entire life is slowly losing any color that was left. At least you get paid at the end of the month. But depending where you live and what work you do, that doesn't necessarily solve the starving issue. Anyways, what was I talking? Oh, yeah. So similar to our graduate, the AI will get rewarded for anything I deem to be a good action, like murdering its peers only because they happen to be in different teams, while being punished for the wrong decisions, such as getting shot point blank in the face. If you agree that getting shot in the face is a bad decision, smash the like and subscribe button to spread the important word. These little AI gold diggers are then motivated to choose those actions and strategies that lead to the highest reward, which sometimes, well, let's just say sometimes the result can be a little counterintuitive. Right, so now that you have a good idea how it all works, it's time to see them fight. First, we'll start with a classic combination on this channel, musketeers versus zombies. Musketeers are ranged units that can shoot their muskets, dealing 50 damage on hit, and secure victory from a distance. Distance will prove crucial because zombies, while having no ranged attacks, are extremely dangerous at close proximity. If a zombie manages to touch you, not only will you instantly die, but few seconds later will even join the zombie army, happily munching on your ex-allies' brains. Before each tournament bracket, I have been training the competitors against one another to ensure they are best adapted for their current opponent. Each training session lasted for about 2 days, having 10 soldiers fight in each team. At the beginning, the training process reminded me of a typical Counter-Strike match with my friend Kostya. The round hasn't even started, but half of our team is already dead due to friendly fire. But while Kostya can manage only 2-3 friendly kills before getting banned, these dum-dums can do it for as long as they want, hopefully understanding that it makes more sense to shoot the enemies. Round after round, zombies kept crawling closer and closer, but were stopped by the musketeers, who still suffered huge losses despite never touching a single zombie. Oh, by the way, while these dum-dums were training, we were actually competing with another AI on stream. I might have yoinked DuckDuck's idea of letting the chat control my PC, and we had a competition between Twitch, YouTube, and my AI. If you'd like to participate in similar competitions, join me on my stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, here on YouTube or on Twitch. Link in the description, and now to the final result. Looks like I've set the friendly fire punishment once again too low, or it just brings so much joy to the musketeers to kill their own that despite long hours of training, it doesn't look like they're even trying to avoid hitting their teammates. Despite that, they easily stopped the zombie horde, sustaining only 3 easily avoidable casualties. Musketeers are advancing further in the tournament bracket, and we are moving to the next fight, Warriors vs Cavalry. Both soldier types are melee units, but with some crucial differences. Cavalry, for example, as previously mentioned, is unable to run in any direction other than forwards. Moreover, they do not have a regular attack as other classes. Instead, cavalry needs to keep running without stopping for some time until it reaches a certain speed. Once that speed is reached, they will deal a ton of damage to everything in front of them. Well, almost anything. You see, warriors also have an ace card in their sleeves. Blocking. Warriors can raise their shields and block any incoming damage as long as the damage source is right in front of the warrior. This fight was rather interesting, but will require a bit of speed up. Basically, the cavalry started their death waltz circling at max speed around the arena, demolishing everything that gets in front of them. Everything except of these brave warriors that are keeping their shields up facing the direction of the enemy. What is pretty peculiar is the warriors' movement. As you can see, the warriors are moving counterclockwise but are following the same arc cavalry is charging in. Few brave warriors tried to sneak in an attack here and there and lost their lives in the process. Warriors have lost more than half of their units, and this is the perfect time to mention that they've set a maximum time of 10 minutes for each round, so that it doesn't run forever. And despite warriors seemingly losing, they managed to hold for long enough that the round ended, resulting in a draw after a very tough fight, lol. I wasn't expecting any ties if I'm being honest, so let's consider they both passed and each one will have to fight the musketeers. But if we get another tie there, the medic contest will set all the things straight. First, I've set the musketeers against the cavalry, and that proved to be, well, quite disappointing. Even more so than the zombie round. Well, it is what it is. Next to Musketeers vs Warriors, which turned out to be one of the coolest battles until now. It starts with some friendly fire and Sudoku into the wall from the Musketeer side, while one brave warrior risking his life is pushing forwards. Eventually, this brave dum-dum got shot twice and killed in action. This must have been hella motivational for the rest of his team, resulting in another push, this time as a group. The guy who got shot is running first and leading the charge, but this time it is way more methodical. Similar to a Roman phalanx, after every few steps the warrior are raising their shields to block incoming projectiles. Despite losing few heroes in the process, the siege turned out very effective and the warriors managed to eliminate all the musketeers one by one, securing the victory with half of their squad still alive. That being said, I want to show you another round between musketeers and warriors which I found quite interesting. Here, the warriors attempted yet another push forward, but this time all warriors have been slayed except of one brave soldier. Outnumbered, he found himself against 3 musketeers, but he did not lose his spirit and played it safe, slowly getting closer to each of them and taking them down one by one, eventually winning the round for his team. Looks like we have a winner. Warriors are now officially the strongest unit type of Epic A.I Wars Season 1, but I know what you're thinking. Soldiers killing only other soldiers is fun and cool, but it isn't very realistic. And you're right. So welcome to Breaking Geneva Convention any percent speedrun. The rules are simple. We have 10 defenseless medics who can't deal any damage, but instead can heal other units in radius of their healing bubble. We will have each soldier class try and slaughter all the medics as quick as possible. The team who will finish the task the fastest will be declared the most efficient unit of them all. Oh, and by the way, check out these sickos who are watching and enjoying this massacre live from the tribunes. These are the legendary people subscribed to my Patreon page who allow me to make these dumb videos. Thank you. Now back to the bloodshed. First goes the musketeers. This one is, well, weird. Despite not having any enemies that could harm them, musketeers started shooting each other, as well as Minecrafting themselves into the wall. 7 musketeers dies already and not a single medic fell to their bullets. The 3 left fighters were unable to do any sufficient damage, and this kept on going for the rest of the round for 10 minutes. This means that musketeers have 0 kills and it took them 10 minutes to accomplish that, lol. Next are the warriors, and let me tell you, these guys are mean. After slashing the air a few times, they started pushing while also blocking every now and then for some weird reason, despite not having anything that could potentially harm them. I guess better safe than sorry. Soon after, the first wave of warriors have been engulfed by the healing spheres, and it seems they are vibing because it wasn't too long until the others joined in. We know the boys are busy in there thanks to these particle effects. That basically means someone is getting healed. Thus it means that someone got to touch the nasty part of a sword. Eventually, the first medic fell and the others most probably got terrified and started fleeing. Unfortunately, warriors have already tasted blood and initiated a chase after slaying another medic that wandered too far. With each ally lost, it was harder and harder for medics to keep themselves alive, since they healed slower. After a few more seconds of chasing, the warriors managed to split the medics from the main group and methodically got rid of the ones left behind. Warriors successfully broke the Genevan Convention in just 2 minutes and 34 seconds. The cavalry has resorted to similar tactics, mainly because it would be technically impossible for them to employ any other strategy on this map, so they keep running in circles. Medics, however, figured out that the cavalry is unable to get very close to the wall without risking death and a huge punishment. This became their main strategy. Medics were gathering at the edge of the death wall, avoiding the cavalry hurricane and surviving the entire round. And finally, the last contestant, zombies, who somehow broke the simulation during the training and managed to spawn an entire horde of zombies. Even rabbits would be envious. Zombies must have scared the shit out of the medics during training, because this was the only time when medics started sudokuing themselves into the death wall, which, I'll remind you, gives the biggest punishment in this simulation. But I guess we can't really blame them. Who would want to become a zombie after all? The ones who did not smash themselves into the wall were soon caught and infected, making zombies the most efficient soldier type in this simulation, eliminating all the medics in just 1 minute and 4 seconds. Alrighty, looks like we found out who is the most efficient and who is the strongest unit. That's it for this video. In case you liked it while I'm working on Season 2, consider checking out some other videos from the series like this one where I had 1000 soldiers fight an AI tank. Bye!